A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Veysonnaz here in Switzerland for the second run of the Giant Slalom here at the World Paralpine Skiing World Cup. So much action on the way for you. It's set up really nicely after some really entertaining runs in run number one. Let's take a reminder of what happened this morning out on the slopes. Set up quite beautifully, isn't it? The men's standing once again is all to play for. So too in the women's as well. Will it be a brilliant birthday for Boucher? We will find out very, very soon. Plenty to come then on the way this afternoon for you. Don't forget to get in touch with us on Twitter. We are at Paralpine on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Use the hashtag Paralpine to get in touch with us. But for now though, it's time to hand over to our race commentator. It's time to go with Alan March.
Thank you very much, Stephen. You are indeed back live with us for the second run of today's Giant Slalom competition. It's Giant Slalom number 2. We have a third scheduled for tomorrow. Hey, young and old, enjoying the action from the side of the slopes. She's a skiing star just there. Hashtag Paralpine if you want to get in touch with us on all of the social media channels. Instagram, Twitter and Facebook for all the extra content away from the live stream. The city of Sion viewable from up top. It's about a 20-minute drive. It's warmed up a considerable amount since the morning. It's around about 2 degrees now. A little bit of snowfall in the early hours, a little bit scheduled for tomorrow as well. But not too much. 39 gates to go through. Course length for this second run, 1,184 metres. Stelors, he's ready for the action that will decide more World Cup winners. Once again, all 6 categories on offer. Smallest of those, the women's VI. Just 2 athletes competing at this leg of the World Cup.
Départ de cette deuxième manche dans 50 secondes.
Melissa Perrine will take on Menna Fitzpatrick. just Melissa Perrine yesterday. So she is the World Cup winner or leader at the moment after that victory. But Melissa Perrine was second
15
after the first run this morning. The sun's trying to come out. A little bit brighter than it was. Yeah, put those on. A little bit brighter than it was this morning.
number 1
Perrine
with leader
and
start.
Bobby Kelly.
La course est partie avec la numéro 1, Melissa Perrine, Australie.
Physiotherapist. Back at home. She's telling me she took a work call just yesterday. One of the players at the local rugby club. Got a bit of a hamstring problem, so she was talking him through what happens next. Talking her through what happens next is self-proclaimed legend Bobby Kelly. Full of humour, these two, often asking me what I'm going to say. They're very often greeted with, what do you want me to say? Class themselves as the iconic duo of VI skiing. Just after the World Championships, well, their first World Champs together, and they got the gold to come away with. So the very experienced Perrine has found a guide that she likes once again, and comes through the line in 2:08.36.
At least I was racing.
In you go, guys.
Is it good enough?
I'm sorry. The direction.
Melissa Perrine is in the leader box.
This run was a little bit faster than the first one.
Fitzpatrick coming down to try and challenge Perrine's overall 2 runs. These two steadily making their way down. Pick up the microphones of the course, you'll hear instructions. 2:08 should be doable. Oh, and it is 0.59. It's a bit tighter than maybe they thought it was going to be.
But Perrine was faster in the second run.
Perrine was quicker in the second run, but Fitzpatrick had enough of a gap from the first to take the World Cup points on offer here against the Australians. So Great Britain from Australia, 2:07.77. As we look back at some of the coverage of Fitzpatrick and Jen Keogh making their way towards the line in a time that put them in the leader box and gives them the victory overall. Always happy with their work, and they're laughing about it now. Let's see if they're still laughing with Stephen Jameson.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alan. I'll just give these guys a couple of seconds to get their breaths back. It is very, very close to when they just crossed the finish line. But guys, another gold medal at these at this World Cup. How was that for you second time around?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Still pretty quick, but it's slightly turnier, I think, down this far.
Yeah, the bottom's probably a bit turnier, but the top is much, much straighter, so it's just a case of being brave and pointing your skis down the hill.
Yeah, I know. I was speaking to you guys before you went back up to do the second run, and you asked for your Super G skis, Jen. Is that how quick it feels?
Especially through the top section, yeah, it's really, really open, and you can just point down, get in the tuck and go for it. But I think they would have been a bit long for down here.
Yeah.
And Mena, you guys had a rest day yesterday. Was that important for you? Do you feel refreshed after what's been a really grueling schedule for you guys?
Definitely, we've been pretty busy with a lot of training, a lot of racing, and just to have the space to be able to relax and breathe and reflect on how it's gone and what we can do better is really good. And also, I think Jen's maybe getting a little bit ill.
Yeah, it's end of camp, end of the training block, race block. So starting to feel a bit under the weather. But can we just quickly say thank you so much to all the volunteers for their hard work, because they've done an amazing job at looking after the course and sending us off. So thank you.
Great words, guys. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. It's Menna and Jen. Alan, it's back to you.
Well, we can echo that from the World Para-Alpine skiing team here. Thank you very much to all of the volunteers who will perhaps sit back and watch this. Men and Jen pointing out what hard workers they are. Well done to all of them for getting their jobs done every morning with a smile. Now we move on to the women's standing. The Yami Hondo, Binja Schmidt, Anna Maria Rida, Andrea Rothfuss, Marie Bochet. Bochet yesterday had to start the second run from second. Didn't stop her from getting the usual first place prize, but here on her birthday, she's leading from the front. She's over a second clear of Rothfuss. Is this the sort of birthday gift she's after? Anna Maria Rida in third. But we will start in just a few moments with the Spaniard Marimón, who is just coming into your screens now. The four valleys of Veysonnaz. Marimón ready to attack the course first. We've had the women's VI for the day. Setting herself up. Can she take that aggression into the course? We heard Menna and Jen talking about the upper part of the course being fairly quick, nearly super G quick, but certainly turnier at the bottom. So interesting for those to come. The athletes get to take a look as they come down the course beforehand. You then see them mentally preparing themselves for each turn, each gate. Marimón grinding into the corners, really jarring the edge of the blade into the course. So difficult on the one ski. Marimón going through without difficulties at the moment, potentially a lot slower than the rest, but Marimón certainly working her way towards the bottom of the course. Into the sunshine soaked finish line. It's beautiful down there. Marimón makes it down there. 2:24 is her finish time.
Hondo.
Clattering that gate. The lady in the pink ski helmet. 2:24.99 was the official time for Marimón. Hondo already some 6.95 seconds ahead. Use of the ski pole in the left hand for Hondo. The 2-year-old is going well. And receives the applause at the bottom. 2:14.75, a full 10 seconds quicker. Binja Schmidt will be wanting to try and finish in a podium place. Change of medal presentation area today. It's all going to happen at the hotel where the teams are residing. It's a bit windy out there. You can see some of the gates blowing away. When I say blowing away, I don't mean like Dorothy, obviously. 2 seconds quicker. Smith is off the course. So disappointment for Binja Smit. A little struggle, so it means that Hondo will stay where she is, and you can see Smit just saying, well, that wasn't to be. This is Anna Maria Rieder. German youngster. Again, you can see the wind bellowing through the gates. Anna Maria Rieder, 3 seconds in front. You might be able to hear the wind blowing through the microphones on the course as well now. It is getting up a little. Yeah, doing well. This is where Menna and Jen were talking about it, turning her into the final section, certainly these last two. To get to the line, the last gate is pretty straight. And Anna Maria Rieder stays where she was, ahead of Hondo and Smit, with 2 to come. Rothfuss went into the second run yesterday, hoping to cause a bit of a stir and prevent Bochet from taking another victory. Rothfuss' second run wasn't as quick as Bochet's. She is quicker than Anna Maria at the moment. 0.47 at the split time. The intermediate time showing that Rothfuss is the quickest of the two so far. Oh, Rothfuss has got one of the gates wrong as well. Well, what a moment this is. Anna Maria Rieder is one more DNF away from winning it. Surely the birthday girl won't get it wrong.
Ready?
You do know that even the greats make mistakes, don't you? Ah! Does this one. Birthday Bochet will only have a mindset on this course. Later, she might celebrate the birthday, she might give it a thought, but right now, the only thing in this 25-year-old's mind is getting to the bottom and maintaining her winning run. She's won every race here in Switzerland so far. She won every gold on offer at the World Championships. She's ahead at the split time, 2:45. Not just ahead, is it? It's well ahead. We've seen a couple DNFs in the standing. Will that carry on? Has Bochet mastered it? Of course she has. Flying across, some 5.7 seconds clear. It's another victory for the birthday girl. Marie Bochet makes it 5 wins from 5 events here in Switzerland, sealed with a kiss. So as the cloud looms in the background, Marie Bochet looms large at the top of the leaderboard. Anna Maria Rieder is escalated up to second. Ami Hondo goes into third. 2 DNFs from Schmidt and Rothfuss missing gates. A disappointment for any athlete to do so. As we look back on the final moments, you can see Bochet's bib wafting in the wind, but it's victory nonetheless. 2:03.10, and I'm sure that smile is still there as she's with Stephen Jameson down at the finish line.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alan. Marie, I guess the first thing to say, first of all, is bon anniversaire, and then congratulations as well. Another win for you today. How did you find it?
I'm take a lot of pleasure on the first one, and I'm a little anxious on the second one because it's straight and don't prefer it. So I prefer when I can turn a little bit more. So I'm a little bit scared, but finally I make a race correct, and I heard at the start that Andrea is out, so I take care on some place to be at the finish line.
Yeah, both Binia and Andrea dropped out towards the end here. What was it like for you as you skied down? Could you see where you could make a mistake?
No, I just try to be careful because there is some angle and some things. I think she blocked on one, and I say be careful at the special moments that you need to be very concentrate on it. And so I do a good ski in the second one, but I take care a little bit.
Well, the perfect birthday for you. Congratulations again, and ladies and gentlemen, Marie Bochet, Alan, it's back to you.
Yeah, a particular part of the course, even the great Marie Bochet saying sometimes you just got to take care. Coming out of the straighter section at the top, they're obviously causing a few issues at the bottom. Let's take a look at the start list for the women's sitting, shall we? We just saw a picture of Annalena Forster a moment ago. Maybe surprised that she is last of the 4 remaining in the event. Victoria Pendergast, who was leading at this point yesterday, is in third. Second, Laurie Stevens, a very good time of 1:07.29 from the extremely experienced American sit skier. Momoka Muraoka, though, in line for another victory. We heard from her yesterday talking to Stephen Jameson. Will she be doing exactly the same? World Para-Alpine Skiing World Cup continues in just a matter of moments. If you want to get in touch with us using social media, then all you need is @Para-Alpine. You can use that on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Anything away from the live stream. All the information and extra content you could want available on those social media channels. Annalena Forster. Again, might have been surprised to have been 4th from 4. 1:09.72 is indeed the time she set. Can Forster come up with something absolutely huge to surprise the 3 that led from this morning? It would have to be big. It really would have to be a big performance to go 1:09. The gap between her and Muraoka is surely too much for Germany's Forster to do anything about. This is the world of Alpine, and you just never know. 2:14.68 for Annalena Forster. Tori Pendergast, experienced Australian. A steady performance the last couple of days from the 27-year-old. In Sydney. Without the lower part of her spine, a result of that means she has some muscle weakness in her lower limbs. She's ahead so far. Three-time world champion competitor, double Paralympian. Pendergast on the podium yesterday, will do so again, but where will it be? 1:57 is the gap between Pendergast and Forster. So Tori will be on the podium again. Where will it be? Laurie Stevens. Good run earlier on, 1:7.29. Two-time Paralympic winter champion. He's 1.81 up here. Started with a decent gap. Over a second clear anyway, so Stevens only adding to that at the moment. Should she have an issue at the bottom end? It doesn't appear that way so far. To the final part of the course then. Left-hander here is simple enough. Ooh, 2:12.02. She lost a little bit nearing the line, but it's enough for second. Is she a DNF away from World Cup victory, or is there another very steady and comfortable performance from Muraoka on the way? Muraoka is here. She is the leader of the Giant Slalom, having won yesterday. This section where the split time is 1:37.43. She's well in front. Just took a little wide line. Not as smooth once you're off the race line as it can be. Muraoka certainly following in the long line of very good male sit skiers that the Japanese team have had. Currently no representatives in the VI classifications for Japan. In she comes then. Easy. 3.63. I said that another steady, good run from Muraoka would take it. And she certainly has. 2 victories in 2 days on the Giant Slalom. Again, you have to say, pretty comfortable for Muraoka. 2:08.39 from Stevens, 2:12.02. Pendergast is third on the podium. Annalena Forster, used to her being off the podium, but that's where she is this time. And these are the final moments for Muraoka. Drops in towards the bottom bit of the course. You can see the line from here. It's a A sharp right, an easy left,
avec le premier numéro.
and you aim for home from there. 2:08.39 is the time that takes it. So we can go down and hear from our race winner once again. She is with Stephen Jameson.
Oh, thank you very much, Momoka. A big congratulations. Fantastic ski. How do you feel?
Thank you. So yesterday run this. So my first run is not so good. Yeah, but today so first run and second run, so both of good race again.
So was today better than yesterday for you?
Yes. I think so.
Well, it's all about your opinion. How much have you enjoyed Veysonnaz so far? You've won so many medals. Have you enjoyed Veysonnaz?
Yes, very enjoyed. Yeah. So, but last year's race is not so good, but this year is so good race again.
Now it can be a favourite for you. Momoka, congratulations again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alan, it's back to you.
Thank you very much, Stephen Jameson. Is an example of the wind that we've got on the course at the moment. Look back at Laurie Stevens' run, a good solid run from the experienced American. This was enough to earn second place in the women's sit-ski event. So let's take a look forward to what's coming then, shall we? The men's vision impaired category on the Giant Slalom. Neil Simpson with brother Andrew to go first. Hyacinth de la Place going after that. Kevin Burton is currently in third in this World Cup Giant Slalom event, but it's the two Slovakians that will do battle. The B1 Marek Kubacka ahead of the B2 classified athlete Miroslav Horeus. Interesting and intriguing battle awaits us. Two Slovakians are up against each other. Standing next to each other are the two brothers from Great Britain, Simpson and Simpson. Neil here, Andrew to the right. Used his clubmate Jamie Robertson in recent weeks. Did Neil. Andrew not available to him. Picked up a victory at the 2018 Europa Cup event in Landgraaf in the Netherlands. Yeah, British team very much believe that there is a real talent. He is just 16. He's learning so much, not just about the slopes of Veysonnaz, but being away from home, being away from creature comforts, being on the road a while. And this, along with the World Championships experience that he's got, just all adds and strengthens not only the character, but the quality of his performances. The Simpson brothers making their way through. They've started in last position. They'll be hoping to try and pick off at least one as they head towards the line. 2:05.36. Two Simpsons will head into the leader box. For how long? Who knows? A couple of DNFs so far in the women's events. Are we yet to get some in the men's? This is Hyacinth de la Place. Guided down by Maxime Jourdain. Closing up on each other in this section. 0.32 ahead, which is not a great deal because he was over a second ahead at the beginning of the race. Delaplace is struggling. Well, I said that the Simpsons would be aiming to pick off a place. Oh, Delaplace is down. Well, the Simpsons definitely have picked up a place because the former 400-meter runner is off track. Well, raises his arms in the air. It's a very new partnership. Some of these guys are together a long, long time. Delaplace just can't correct his body shape. He's leading into that right-hander. And as he wants to get up to his left, it's just not going to happen from there. And he takes a tumble on the course. And the Frenchman has gone. Well, look at that. Time for pictures, time for posing. Very proud Scottish hat there. The young Scots for Great Britain leading the way because that man has gone. Well, Kevin Burton next, and one more DNF from the last three. And the Simpson brothers have got themselves a podium place. As I say, the British team of coaches telling me that they're quietly confident that Neil Simpson is going to get stronger and faster and hopefully follow in the footsteps or the skis of the ladies competing in the women's VI for Great Britain. Men are Fitzpatrick, Kelly Gallagher and of course Millie Knight, Kevin Burton and Kurt Grimmelman. The guide in front of your shot now. This course is not without its difficulties. We've seen that. Delaplace might have the quickest intermediate time, but that's no good to you if you don't get to the bottom of the course, is it? That's exactly what happened in this next section. Burton going okay for now. That's where we lost the Frenchman. He carries on, Burton. 36-year-old. Para skiing in 2011. Para cross country and para biathlon. Tick that off the list. Through the line, he's now top. 0.95 for Burton. Again, that's an example of how well Neil Simpson did there, because that was a bigger gap going into the second run. Again, one more mistake. The Simpsons stand a chance. This is the current leader of the Giant Slalom after yesterday's victory. Piraeus with guide Maros Hudik. Only beaten this morning by Marek Kubacka. 3.36 seconds up. Slovakians are pushing it, as they would be. Missing, of course, Henrietta Farkasova from the women's VI competition. A bad knee in the World Championships, and we nearly lost Piraeus just there. How much time has that cost him? Not too much, it would appear. Certainly not to take the lead. 4.90 seconds. Yes, shouts Miroslav. This could be interesting. Super, he says. Maria Zatovikova has the task of taking Marek Kubacka down. Completely blind skier, blacked out goggles to make sure a fair field of play is had. The description out of the speaker at the bottom of that bag that that Maria is carrying, telling Marek where he needs to go and how he needs to do it. $27.65. And he's down, he's lost his advantage, it wasn't a lot. Oh, big slide out there, he's managed to come back inside the gate though. And this is going to be a big bottom section for Kubacka. And the guide, Zatovikova, slipping out again. We saw Hareos really picking up pace in the bottom section. He had a few hairy moments of his own. Looking to get across the line in front of Hareos. And that current time, 1:59.51 into a right-hander. Left hand, 1:59.51. This is going to be tight. He's there again. Marek Kubacka, 1:57.89. Well, we saw him victorious at the World Championships. He's picked off another World Cup victory as well. Excellent. Dobre, says the guide. Great stuff for Marek Kubacka. Well, that's wonderful work from the Slovakian. Kubacka beating Hareos to the victory. It was only a short gap at the beginning of the contest. Miroslav Hareos 60.93, Kubacka 60.79. That gap was stretched out despite the fact that Kubacka was behind at the split times. Kevin Burton will celebrate a podium place for the Americans as he comes in 2:04.41. Neil Simpson and his brother will get fourth in the official standings. 2:05.36. You see, towards the end of this, it was going to be tight. Nice tight turn there, and that all comes down to the instructions as much as the ability of Kubacka. And as they hit the line, they stretched it to 1.62, the difference from 0.4 down. That is a heck of a good run towards the bottom from the Slovakians. Well done to Kubacka and Zatovikova. And we can go and hear from that pair. There was Stephen Jameson down in the leader box.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jan. Down here at the finish with Maria and Marek. Guys, huge congratulations. Finally on top of the podium this week. How do you feel?
So I feel amazing because yesterday we wanted to be first, but our colleague beat us. So today Marek was motivated much more. So we are happy that we did it.
And Marek, you put two fantastic runs together. What did you like about the course today?
Že si podal dneska dve super jazdy akože v obidvoch kolách a že ako sa cítiš, čo sa týka trasy?
Pocitovo to nebolo možno až tak najkrajšie, ale myslím si, že rýchle. A po včerajšku sme zistili, že tie rovinaté časti musíme ísť o mnoho lepšie a viac sa tam snažiť, takže to nám asi pomohlo.
So my feeling wasn't very good, but I think that it was very fast, both of the runs. And yesterday we find out that there is a lot of flat up, and we have to just do it as best as we can. So I was trying to do it as much as I can.
Yeah, I could tell from when you guys came down and you were exhausted how hard you'd worked. Congratulations on the gold medal. Very well earned.
Thank you.
Alan, it's back to you.
Yeah, there are sections where Kubacka can excel. There are parts of the course where this man can excel, and despite him coming across the line well in front of Kevin Burton, and he was delighted, Hareos, but he couldn't get a time that would hold off Marek Kubacka. Now we're on to the men's standing. It's the penultimate event in today's schedule. Jules Segers gets us underway, and the battle is on. It's like we've saved the second page for these two, isn't it? Gamur and Balchet, they're taking one from each other. was Balche Day yesterday. It was Gamer's Day the day before.
Course ready.
We'll start off with the young man who's very much learning what it's like to be on the World Cup circuit. Jules Segers.
Le 32 est parti. Jules Segers. Déjà, je ne sais pas.
Just 16. He is competing with some of the world's best in this World Cup. That was the first benchmark he set himself. I want to get onto the World Cup circuit, he said. Well, you're here. You haven't DNF'd yet. Let's see how much he can start to improve over the next few years, shall we? Certainly Inata Balche has somebody to look up to, also that he can relate to in age, just a couple of years older than him. Segers coming through the course nice and neatly, and he will get a finish again. 2:09.11. They can work on the speed, the French team. He's certainly got the composure to complete his runs. Segers goes into the leader box. We still haven't got rid of the old leader from the last event. Kubacka still taking the plaudits and having conversations with everybody, but Jules Segers gets to stand in the leader box. This is Kohei Takahashi, the 18-year-old from Japan. .54 seconds up at the split for Takahashi. It's an impairment on the right side of his body. Another of our athletes that has the impairment of cerebral palsy. Takahashi gets to the line well in front of Segers. Good run from the youngster, 2:03.68. Divide Bendotti. First sign of single leg skier. The men standing. Rotation on his left leg after a motorcycle accident back in 2011. Sochi was a bit too soon, but he did compete in Treviso at the World Champs in 2017 in preparation for Pyeongchang. Took a heavy part of the World Cup circuit under his belt last year as well. Again, using the outriggers, more accustomed to those in the bucket seats of the mono skis. Single leg skiers find those to be extremely useful. He's just managed to get inside that red gate. 2:02.06, so Bendotti now leads. Into the final 9 we go then. Hiraku Misawa. 31-year-old, like Bendotti, use of the right leg only. This was a road accident at the age of 6. Caused the amputation of his left leg, so he took up skiing for his team in 2003. Very experienced Misawa, yet to claim a medal on either the world or the Paralympic stage. I think Misawa's missed a gate here. He has, yep. Well, Hiraku Misawa, you heard the yelp, and that would have been more of a disappointment. And that's about the same area that we lost a couple of the female standing athletes as well. We got Minja Schmidt and Andrea Rothfuss in a very similar position, so it's clearly, whether it's the sunshine hitting that part of the course as well, or just the turn, certainly causing a problem. Now, Niko Prijancic. Prijancic, 0.36 up here. It's not exactly fluid, is it? But he's doing the job. Wide through there. Prijancic went 101.33 in the first run. He's certainly moving quick enough. Left-hander now. 202.06 will be gone. 2.28 the difference between Prijancic and Bendotti. A little nod. And a wave towards the camera from Niko Prijancic. Now, Manuel Bodanks. The 31-year-old celebrates his birthday at the end of July. It's fair to say he's the first athlete I've come across whose impairment is due to an attack by a shark. Loss of his right leg because of that shark attack in 2017. He's even had a go at the Parasurfing Championships as well. Loves the speed though of the mountain, and he will only get stronger as he learns to maneuver with the prosthetic, and he's delighted despite going behind. He's actually delighted with the run. I think he'll realise there's a few areas he's obviously slowed off in, but he's behind Prijancic, who will stay there, just there in fact. Christoph Schneider.
24 started.
A little bit of time being disappointed not to go to Pyeongchang because of injury. When you need an operation, you need an operation. It's as simple as that. That meant that Schneider was unable to get to the Paralympic Games. 26-year-old is inside the time of Prijancic. Only the use of a ski pole in the left hand due to an accident at a sawmill. Towards the line he comes, he will go ahead. 1:58.94 for Christoph Bernhard Schneider. Gives the cameraman the thumbs up.
Et jetzt kommt Kevin Einschweitze. Maintenant un Suisse, le Suisse, il s'agit de son numéro 24. 28, pardon, le numéro 28.
Impairment, range of motion in the right side for Thomas Field. 22-year-old. Big fan of tennis legend Roger Federer, who he uses as a hero for inspiration. He's well up in the early stages. With only 4 to come after this, he just has to put in a solid time. He has done as well, 3 seconds away from the old leader, 155.93. Walsh, Salka, Balche, Ribber. The challenge has been set. Thomas Walsh. Flying American in pursuit of a podium. Hasn't managed one yet here in Veysonnaz. It's a fair amount of success out of his time in Zagreb in the build-up to the World Championships. Always wide there, but has worked very hard to cut back in. Thomas Walsh, so he stays well inside the confines of the gates. Cannot say that he isn't putting every ounce of effort into this one. Really managing to use the arms to keep that balance, tucking into this last left. Walsh will get across in 156.76. It's outside of field. Well, it was a big wide halfway through there, and he couldn't wait to get rid of the bib, so I'm not sure whether he's disappointed with that. Starting the second run in third is Marcus Salka. Another one. Muscle power. See on which side they turn, and just there at the right leg. See it shaking as he turns once again. 271. The right side is Salka's weaker side. He won the one overall World Cup a couple of years ago, didn't have a weaker side, just raced his way down and took all the points that he could on offer. Clatters through that blue gate. Sharp right into a left. Salka.
Wow,
1:51 was the time, 1:51.21. Marcus Salka stretches away from Thomas Field. Just holding for a brief second. A slight delay due to a timing error, but we'll be back with you very, very shortly. And while we do that, we'll take a look towards the end of Marcus Salka. Absolutely flattened that gate, didn't he? He was some 2.7 up in the early stages. And then as he got across the line, 1:51.21. 4.72 seconds clear. It's good from Salka. And there he is. Have a little nibble of the glove. Waiting to see if that was good enough for victory in this World Cup event. After Balche talking himself through the course, you can see his hands and his head moving. He'll know exactly when to go left, right, and super quick. And he already knows super quick. Again, going through his normal routine. A couple of smashes of the sticks together, a few punches to the head. And away he goes.
25.
Brilliant to hear from Bauchet and Guimeur in the last few days talk about their battle. A little war, they said. And it keeps going either way. Neither of them have made ground on the other. Whose turn is it today to get through the turns and the gates? Oh, he's onto one leg, and that might be advantage Guimeur. Well, he somehow managed to keep it together. He is in front. Markus Salka is the potential biggest victor in that moment. That could take him up to second. Bauchet will have to now stay focused, but he'll just throw caution to the wind. There's nothing to lose from this moment for Bauchet. He'll know he's lost some time. Now it's about getting in front of Salka and hoping that Guimeur can't catch him. 151.21. Oh, he's still got there. Well, despite a huge error, he's still in front. He can't believe it. Well, it's good from Bauchet. But can Théo Guimeur keep it together? Well, Bauchet didn't go through that without difficulty. Little wave. Well, a sigh of relief from the man currently in the leader box. A run of quality from Guimeur will put him in top position. Will he go without error? On 20.92. Oh, it's tight, 3/100ths of a second, but that's where Bauchet lost time, and Guimeur is up. Well, these two just don't give up easy, do they? And in pretty much the same section, both of the superstars of the men's standing division have gone down, but somehow kept on going, and now Guimeur will do exactly what Bauchet was doing and just throw caution to the wind, give everything over this final section and just keep on trying to claw back anything he may have lost. Into the left, 151.07. Oh, he's done it! 15/100ths of a second. At one point in this race, he was lying on his back. Sensational stuff from the pair of them. What a wonderful, wonderful run from Théo Guimeur in the bottom half. And look at him. He knows how much he's had to work for that. We'll hear from him in just a few moments. But what a way to win it. Bauchet looked like he'd made a mess and still got in front of Salka. Théo Guimeur fell onto his back at one point. Looked like he might miss the gate. Got up, went through it, regained his speed and takes it by a fraction. Guimeur from Bauchet. Markus Salka must be sitting there thinking, I might have won that. The pair of them were down, but they are never, ever out, are they? Well done to all of the athletes in the men's standing. Let's take a look back at some of the big moments of that last race. Well, this is the moment he comes through the intermediate point. It's the exact moment we had a problem for Bauchet. Good landing. Bauchet had a problem there. Guimeur loses it here. Oh, he's lying down almost. Somehow gets inside that red gate and still keeps enough momentum to take victory in this World Cup. Fabulous stuff. Well, here he comes. This is how close it was. 151.07 was what he wanted. Getting into the line. Let's go and hear from our World Cup winner. Théo Guimeur has done it by 15/100ths. Here he is.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. Joining at the bottom here with Théo Guimeur, the champion here today on the slopes. Théo, how did you find that today? It looked like a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it was really hard, the second, and maybe you see it, my big fault, my big mistake on the top, but it's still a victory, so I'm really happy to win again at home.
Yeah, it's nice to have quite a few people out here supporting you as well. A lot of noise being made down here by the announcer and for these people applauding you on your home slope. That must feel so special.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and I think it's maybe the only one race we have in World Cup with a lot of people like today, so it's really great.
Congratulations, Théo. Fantastic win today. Alan, it's back to you.
What defines your average athlete and the world's best is when the world's best falls in any sport, it's how they get up. And both Balchet and Remeur got up. Not only did they get up, they then put in one heck of a run to be a competitive time at the end. And it was Remeur by 0.15 from Arthur Balchet. Superb stuff. This is the start list for the men's sitting event in the Giant Slalom. If we have 50% of the excitement that we had in the last two runs in this event, then hold on to your hats. Kampschler, Kirker and Pedersen are the top three. Christoph Kunz has been brilliant the last day and a half. This is Arthur Balchet's trouble a moment ago. He's wild going through the jump, somehow holds it together and just gets inside that gate and kept up his hopes of continuing to be the leader of the World Cup. Well, as I say, we can get half the excitement of the men standing in the men's sitting, then we're in for a great way of finishing today's coverage, aren't we? First up, youngster Jone Slivnik.
Course ready.
Young Slovenian. Very proud to have been able to compete the World Cup last year in Kranjska Gora in his home territory, and now he can always say that he competed at the World Championships in his home country as well. Went off to Pyeongchang too. He's just 18. He already has plenty of lifelong memories. A 12th place in the slalom. He DNF'd in the Giant Slalom in Pyeongchang. Oh, and he's sliding out here. Well, Slivnik is down. And he's just slipped out where we saw Balchet have problems earlier as well. There's clearly a tricky part of the course, and well, Slivnik taking it out on the bucket seats as he slides down on the outside and he's out of the competition. Quick look back here. It says they come up to the time checkpoint here. They go over a little jump. And if you don't nail this landing, yeah, you can see he's just rotating to his right side. Instead of the ski landing flat, it's landed on its side. And that's exactly where Slivnik finds himself, out on the side and out of the competition. Floris Meijer from the Netherlands will be next, but he will have to wait until everybody is happy the course is safe. Jone Slivnik is down there on the centre of your picture a moment ago. You see the flags waving in the wind at the top. Not enough to bother anybody. So Meijer, the oldest of the three Dutchmen. They're all still in it. One at the start end, one at the top end, and one in the middle. So really was an indifferent day for the Dutch. Meijer goes in second to last. Got Niels de Lange who's slap bang in the middle. And Jeroen Kampschler, who was leading. Will he still be leading at the end of this? 29-year-old Meijer. Took up para-alpine skiing a year after his accident, which happened whilst freestyle skiing in 2012. Already set his sights on the 2022 games. This is where we lost Slivnik. No such problems for Meijer, 9 seconds ahead as well. He was only 4 seconds ahead the beginning of the run from his first. So it's good work from Floris Meyer so far. Everything looking steady so far. 14th, the world champs a couple of years ago in Giant Slalom, just nipping back into the course right at the very end. Wasn't going to miss that, was he? 2:06.07. There was nothing to base his run on because of Slivnik's fall. So it's Meyer now that sets the time for everyone else. Akira Kano.
Il n'y avait pas beaucoup d'écart entre les deux, donc c'est passé encore.
32-year-old.
Cano en course dans son numéro 40 et souvent ce sera le 43.
Impairments because of a traffic accident while still at primary school. Little jump through the intermediate section. It's going to prove very interesting for the rest of this event, isn't it? It's where we lost Slivnik, it's where two of the best standing skiers in the business had a problem. Coming into shot again, here is Kano, still going well. Was ahead. Can he displace Floris Meyer from the leader box? 2:06.07 should be doable from here. Oh, it is 0.14 though. A great deal in it. Kano goes into top spot. Paralympic and world champion.
Après le 43, nous aurons le 45.
Mikko Reffler, 24-year-old Swiss skier. Murat Pelli will go straight after him. Two Swiss athletes together. He's 24 now. He only took up para skiing at the age of 20. After suffering injuries in an accident in 2014. He was slower through the time check. Can Reffler find something in this bottom section? Arms up to help the balance there. 2:05 is going to slip away from Mikko Reffler, so the lead will stay with Akira Kano. In fact, Reffler drops behind Meyer as well.
Dossard suivant, le 45, Murat Pelli de Suisse.
Reffler looks back towards the board that shows the athletes the times. Well, that was Murat Pelli starting, but before he could really get going, he's gone. So, off the course is Murat Pelli.
Tate from Australia. 46, le dossard suivant, le 45 est en sortie.
Just catching him from the start camera here. He's barely a few gates in as he tries to turn into his right side. Just decides no. So interesting. Pelli had an indifferent couple of days here. Sam Tate had a prolonged period in the leader box yesterday after his run. Three of the next athletes in a row all managed to not finish, which meant that Tate was allowed to dream the dream. There's just a few too many athletes left for him to sit it out, but here he goes. Well, he's gone further than Murat Pelli a moment ago. Tate Starts to drop down towards the part of the course where we'll measure his time. 1:32.86 is the current lead time through there. He is ahead. Tate survives the tricky section. It's a hard right after that. Tate continues to make the drop down. 2:05.93, the time everyone's looking for at the moment. 27-year-old from Sydney. And he gets there, 0.49. Well, Sam Tate, happy with that. There's a little smile there from the Aussie. Here's De Lange. Niels would be expecting a little bit more from his time here in Switzerland so far. Is this the date that he gets a bit more out of that monoski? Tate leading. 7 more to come after De Lange. He's well inside, Tate. But he's got to be careful here. He gets inside that red gate. The faster these guys get, the harder those corners are going to be. Not sure how much coming out of the shade and into the light might not be helping either in that part of the course, but here's De Lange, coping with it best so far, well in front of Tate's time. There was a second and a half between them before the run, and Niels De Lange, oh, he was nearly inside 2 minutes, 4.42, that's a great run from Niels De Lange, and he's happy, big smile from the Dutchman. Marcus Ratterhofer.
That was a run. Holy shit.
That seemed quick.
27-year-old Austrian. Oh, that only took up paraskiing in 2010. Oh, and as we joined Ratterhofer early, he's gone as well.
Austria. Eh bien, il est sorti. Le 37 est sorti. On passe à tout de le 38.
Well, the leader stays where he is then. Niels De Lange now knows what Sam Tate was going through yesterday. Hope that Marcus Ratterhofer is okay. Seemed to have a facial injury. Was certainly bleeding as when we saw him. So next up will be René Di Silvestro.
15.
And he is being told that he can go. So the Italian only has 5 to come after him. Has to displace Niels De Lange. That's the first task.
38
And Di Silvestro put in a seriously competitive time on this Veysonnaz course. See how low down they have to get for some of the sharper turns, really having their elbow in. 1:29.93, didn't get the intermediate time there. So now it's down to whether he gets there at the bottom, so the ignore that intermediate, that certainly isn't correct, so we'll see how this goes at the bottom. Silvestro is chasing down on 2:01.02. Looks like he might have been outside of De Lange's time when he went through that split section. Final few turns and 2:01.02, it'll be tight. He's going to get there, you know. Yeah, 2.71. He's 0.31 up here. René Di Silvestro leads the way. As De Lange leaves the leader box. Final 5. Takey Morty.
and the Australian Tate. Après, nous avons maintenant le dauphin numéro
38-year-old, inspired by the games in Nagano in 1998.
Mori, le japonais, tend à battre 2-0-0,
Competes for the Toyota Motor Corporation Club in Japan. Been competing since 2002. He's 0.16 up. Certainly went through there a lot smoother than De Langen seemed to. Mori is now chasing René Di Silvestro. Can Mori keep that speed all the way to the finish line at the bottom? Is he the next to visit the leader box? That's a bit wide. He's going to have to work hard now to get inside. Oh, he lost it right at the end. Taiki Mori came offline, and the Italian will stay put. Yeah, that's a slight smile, isn't it? Nobody wants a fellow athlete to not achieve, but Silvestro knows that with every DNF, he stands a chance. Just 4 left. This is Christoph Kunz. Stunning runs yesterday. Really put himself in the mix, and the Swiss people at the side of the course are well and truly behind him. 1:29.77 is the fastest through this section. He is well in front. 1.62. Having to work hard to get through that blue gate. It's hard to then cut back on your left to get the right-hander of the red, but he's managed it, and Kunz will keep on going. He's 6 years of age now. Wife Stephanie has a son, a daughter, and twins as well. He's a busy man. Can he get inside 2.71? Yes, he can. 1:59.91. The first of the athletes inside 2 minutes. And with just 3 to go, the locals might get themselves a podium here. Little shake of the head. He's obviously feeling it. 2014 Paralympic Giant Slalom champion now leads 3 Paralympic champions from Pyeongchang to chase him down, all 3 in separate events. Pedersen, the master of the Giant Slalom. He is the Paralympic champion, and he is ahead. Big Manchester United fan is Pedersen. I'm not sure whether he knows that they're leading currently, playing at the same time that he's competing. I'll tell you now, he'll be furious about that. He would have hoped they were kicking off later in the day so he can get back and watch them, but if he gets himself a World Cup podium place, he won't mind. Can he do enough to usurp Andrew Kirker in second and hold off Kampschler towards the line? Oh, another second goes. Pedersen, 1:58.75.
No way!
Norwegian now in first place.
Time to beat 41 numéro 41 en course.
Andrew Kirker. Twins as well, he's a busy man. .92. Kirker takes a rough bounce off course. Won the downhill in Pyeongchang. As I mentioned, one of 5 different gold medal winners. He got the silver in the Super G as well, did Andrew Kirker. Now retired. Tyler Walker got a couple of silver medals for his troubles in Pyeongchang. Wish him well, whatever he's up to next. Kirker on 58.75 is going to go. Pedersen, that really was a good run. And Kirker's outside the top two as well. So Christoph Kunz will get himself on the podium. So Switzerland will have a podium place. Jeroen Kampstra is the only one that can prevent them from taking those current positions. Now, Jeroen Kampstra drops down now. We'll start to think about the split time. 1:27.79 is how quick Pedersen was. 0.61, but he's wild through there. He was almost sideways. 0.61 means that he has dropped time in the opening section compared to Pedersen. But we've seen so far this week, Kampstra really likes the bottom half of these courses. The turnier the better, he says. That's where his strength lies. A lot of the athletes have been saying in their interviews the top half's quick. 1:58.75. Oh, he's just magic, isn't he? He's absolutely stunning. 1:56.71. He is 2 seconds quicker than anyone else. And they are doing everything they can to stop the smiling Dutchman. But he's absolutely smashed it. Well, that was stunning. Jeroen Kampstra was set a decent challenge. Not only did he step up, he answered it in style. 2 clear seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Jeroen Kampstra demonstrating why at the moment he is #1 in the world, 5-time world champion. He is ready for all oncomers. Got a challenge? Jeroen Kampstra will answer it. Delighted. And in first position once again. The nod of approval. And the strong, strong youngster as we head down to listen to what he has to say. Let's hear from Jeroen Kampstra. He is with Stephen Jameson in the leader box.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alan. Our final winner of the day once again is Jeroen Kampstra in the Giant Slalom. Jeroen, congratulations. That was a bit of a wild one for you sit skiers, I know, especially up towards the top there. How did you find it?
Oh, it was cool. Beforehand, I watched some videos of the other athletes and I was like, okay, if they're flying, we're not absorbing, we just have a shock bouncing us off, so we're going to jump. And yeah, I got a smile on my face, of course. Yeah, this was a little more challenging course than the first run. What I like, yeah, it was just really clean.
Yeah, it's certainly seen that way. Is that what you thought from your ski? No real mistakes. It was pretty much a great run for yourself.
Yep. And the rolls had some delays, and there were again a couple of technical funny things in it. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and happy to be first again, dude. It's awesome. 3 days.
Yeah, well, that's my next question actually. You've got one more day left of the Giant Slalom here before you take a little bit of a break. It's been a rather hectic month or so for you guys. How much are you wanting to sign off in style?
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow the weather is good and we're going to do another one. But yeah, I mean, big cheeses again, and you know, it makes me happy, and can't wait to see my coach. Yeah, we got a good preparation for this one, and yeah, it went perfect.
It certainly did. Congratulations once again. Jeroen Kampstra. Alan, it is back to you.
Let's take a look at the final standings then. Jeroen Kampstra, he is the big cheese. He's #1 again. Jesper Pedersen settles for second. Christoph Kunz gets the best of the results for me because Andrew Kirker slipping down into 4. Kunz will be on the podium. Hope that a few of those with DNFs are okay. Marcus Glatterhofer getting some medical treatment for a facial injury. That brings us to a close here on the penultimate day of the World Cup in Switzerland. Make sure you join us tomorrow. I'll give you a reason why. Just like your own Camp Schur said, dude, it's awesome. Goodbye.